Hi everyone, welcome back. A slightly different focus for my video today. Obviously, we're in the middle of lockdown through the coronavirus, and seems quite appropriate that this month is actually Stress Awareness Month. At a time when we're all dealing with probably more anxiety than usual, whether that be over our health, our finances, our employment status, or maybe just being separated from our loved ones. Isolation is causing mental health issues to surface for many of us. And it's leaving us quite often feeling unable to cope. So I just today want to offer ways to deal with stress when it arises, hopefully in order to avoid further problems such as insomnia, fatigue, self-doubt, headaches. And, in more serious cases, high stress levels can lead to things like gastric ulcers, depression, and heart attacks. So, in the absence of people being able to book in with someone like myself for a massage to help you deal with stress at this time, I'm going to offer you an alternative solution in the form of aromatherapy. Now, if you don't have the essential oils in, you can order them online, so it's not too much of an issue. And many supermarkets actually even sell essential oils now. These essential oils, through their calming, relaxing, and uplifting properties, can really help to rebalance the nervous system and ease those stress levels. So I'm going to talk about just a few of these sort of symptoms of stress, and how you can use aromatherapy to offer some relief. So first I'm going to talk about anxiety, which can be a debilitating response to stress. It can prevent you from dealing with problems effectively, and bring about a whole other array of symptoms. So inhalation of essential oils can stimulate the limbic system in the brain, which controls those emotional responses, and also it can control regulation of hormones, which, as you know, if you've seen any of my other videos talking about hormonal responses in the body, hormones are often involved in the stress response of the body, when we're talking about those endorphins and those stress hormones. They're responsible for bringing about that fight or flight stress response. Anxiety can be eased with a combination of calming and uplifting essential oils. So I'm going to list some oils in a moment, which can be used individually, or you can use them individually in oil burners or diffusers, or you can use 2 of the relaxing oils to 1 of the uplifting oils. A particularly good combination is using basil with neroli and lavender. And you would mix 5 drops of each oil to 1 tablespoon of base oil. So that could be olive oil, avocado oil, vitamin E oil, grape seeds, sweet almonds, whatever you choose. So 5 drops of each essential oil to 1 tablespoon of base oil if you're using it in the bath, or 5 drops of each essential oil to 2 tablespoons of base oil if you're going to use it to massage into the body. So for the anxiety, the uplifting oils that are particularly good are basil and bergamot. The relaxing oils would be geranium, lavender, neroli, and also sandalwood. Those are particularly good for anxiety. Another way of easing anxiety, which can be done using the oil for the body, as I've just described how to do, is to stroke the solar plexus, which is, you've got the solar plexus chakra, which lies between the breastbone and the navel, so it's about halfway, and you massage that in anti-clockwise circles with that oil, and this will have a calming effect on the main nerves that run through that area, especially using geranium or lavender oil in this area works particularly well. So then we're going to talk about headaches, which are one of the first signs of stress. But something that's particularly good for providing some relief is doing a cold compress with either lavender or geranium oil. Again, are very good for headaches. And so in this case, you would use 5 drops of one essential oil, to a small bowl of cool or warm water. And then you just use a flannel to soak that flannel, and then obviously fold it, place it across your forehead. If tension from your headache is extending down into the neck, then sandalwood can be a particularly good oil to use in that case. Okay, so then we're going to talk about depression. Now, if depression is unresolved, it can be detrimental to the immune system, which can then worsen, physical and mental health. And again, if you've seen any of my other videos, I've done a couple that talk about depression and also the psychological effects of massage. So, feel free to watch those as well and kind of tie it in with the aromatherapy side here. So for depression, good oils that you can use, the uplifting oils would be things like the bergamot, cypress, lemongrass, sage, rosemary. And the relaxing oils would be things like your sandalwood, ylang ylang, chamomile, geranium, lavender, jasmine, marjoram, neroli, and rose and patchouli. Those are quite good for depression. So here you would use the same combination as with anxiety. So you're going to use 5 drops of each essential oil, in 1 tablespoon of base oil for the bath. Or if you want to use it to massage into the body, you would use 5 drops of the 3 essential oils, or you can use 1 or 2, in 2 tablespoons of the base oil. So generally for depression, I would recommend starting with 3 of those relaxing oils that I mentioned. And then, after sort of a couple of bouts of that, maybe change one of those relaxing essential oils to an uplifting one to start to stimulate, the mind. And then eventually you can change another relaxing oil for another uplifting one. So you end up with 2 uplifting essential oils and 1 relaxing. And that will really then start to, provide a more stimulating effect in bringing you out of that depression. Now, the next issue I'm going to talk about is mental fatigue. Sometimes when problems become overbearing to the point, that you can't concentrate, you can use any of those relaxing oils that I just mentioned for depression in a bath. Using again the sort of dilution of 5 drops to 1 tablespoon of the base oil. So you can use those in the bath and then follow that up with something like eucalyptus or peppermint in an oil burner, which will really help just to revive the mind. Or even rosemary, which again can rejuvenate the mind and body. And then finally, I'm going to talk about insomnia, which obviously, most people suffering from stress or depression have issues, getting a good night's sleep. So in this case, you can use up to 3 of the following essential oils in a bath or massage before bed. Now, these particular essential oils have sedative properties, which will really help to calm the mind and body. So here we're looking at things like chamomile, frankincense, melissa, ylang ylang, neroli, sandalwood, lavender, or my particular favourite is patchouli. Alternatively, you can use frankincense. You can use in a diffuser, which works quite well. Or you can put a couple of drops of lavender or neroli on your pillowcase, so that you're inhaling that as you sleep. And that's also quite effective. So hopefully there I've given you a few basic things that you can do to help resolve any anxiety and stress related issues at this time, or even when things go back to normal. Certainly these are things that you can also use alongside other therapies such as massage as well. That's really it from me today. I hope that's helped, but as always, any questions, feel free to comment down below or message me. You can contact me through my Instagram or Facebook. I'll do my best to answer your questions. Or if you have any other health issues that you sort of want some ideas for some aromatherapy, again, feel free to contact me. But that's it from me today. So do keep an eye out, subscribe to my channel because there will be more videos coming out. So if you want to be notified of those, then feel free to subscribe. But until next time, take care of yourselves and I'll see you again.